Hello YouTube, and possibly Instagram if I make the advert for it, which I probably will. So I am here today to talk about Celebs Go Dating. It's been a while, I'm a little bit late, but I wanted to put all my notes together, give you guys a rundown of everything that I experienced in there, everything I thought about it, and to answer some of your questions about the series because I know you guys enjoyed it, which made me very happy. So here we go. The question I get a lot is it different to Made in Chelsea? I would say yes, it is different to Made in Chelsea. It's purely about dating. It's so raw, it's so real, and I really like that. Not that the other stuff I've done on TV isn't, but like this, they just throw you to the walls and you just have to fend for yourself. And I found that really frightening at the start, but incredibly fun as I got used to it further and further down the line. I kind of went on to autopilot mode that first mixer, and it's just you in your most natural raw state. It's such a brilliant idea. It helps you in ways that I didn't even know it could help me. I had just gone through a breakup actually. I'd just been dumped twice and it was pretty brutal for me. I'm actually going to do a video on here next week about how to get over a breakup, because I think I've been through quite a lot of it, so if I can help anyone I will. It built me straight back up. It wasn't just a TV show for me, it was almost sort of mental rehab where it built me back up from sort of ground zero into a person who had a lot more confidence. And I'm not saying now that I'm sort of a dating expert or I'm arrogant or anything like that, but I definitely feel like I have a lot more confidence now than when I first started the show. So it came at a great time for me. Obviously I was going through a bad patch and it really helped me. So yeah, I've got nothing but praise to say about it from that way. I've never been on a date before with anyone that I've never met. So I've never gone up to a bar and seen a girl and be like, oh, you're pretty tasty, let's go for a drink. I've never had that confidence. What I think it does so well is it teaches you to break down those barriers, and it teaches you to just go for it, and it gives you confidence towards girls, and it shows you that there are actually a lot of girls out there who are also keen to, you know, to date as well. Date number one with Abby. So I got the name right this time, Abby. She was a lovely girl, so I got the name wrong basically the first time. I was really nervous. I called her Amber, didn't go down well. Mike was laughing at me from the corner, the cheeky bugger. Oh my lord, was I nervous date one. And I busted out this spell expected Patronum, and I don't know why I did that. It was just, it came out. I think I was trying to make her feel a little bit more confident as well, because she was quite quiet. I think she was a bit shy. And you know, bearing in mind, there are cameras on you for the whole date. And for me, it's something that I've dealt with for almost all of my adult life, so I'm kind of used to it. But for someone there who isn't, I know exactly how scary that can be. So I feel like I was just trying to sort of whip out a couple of spells here and there, maybe a little dino impression, just to make her feel a little bit more comfortable on the date. Turns out it backfired and she found me kind of weird. I don't think we clicked on a personal level. I thought she was incredibly attractive, but she didn't really get my jokes and stuff, and I feel like it didn't click as well as it could have. And it was date number one, so I didn't know who else was out there. So it was a hard decision actually to say I don't want another date, but I think it was the right one in the end. I didn't originally say I don't want another date. I folded and said I did want another date. That's another thing that the agents managed to iron out, sort of out of my character as well, where I aim to please a lot. I'm a people pleaser, and it's a very bad trait actually. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, and I avoid confrontation, and I don't tell people what I actually think sometimes because I don't want to make them upset. I didn't want to go on a second date, but I didn't want to make her feel bad. And I did it with my third date with the girl from Edinburgh, Farah. Lovely girl. Didn't think I wanted the second date, but I want her to have the best date of her life. I want her to go home and be like, that was really fun. I really like Sam. And even though I didn't want the second date, I wanted her to want the second date and her to have a really fun time. You know, I speak about marriage, kids, I don't know, just to break down barriers and stuff. And it sounds a little bit weird now, but it was what I felt like would sort of make it a better date, even though it definitely did. One of the funnest / weirdest dates I've had was with the embalmer girl, Vienna. Lovely girl. Everyone was like, oh my god, she was so weird. Yeah, she was weird, but she was wonderfully weird. Really sweet girl, didn't have a bad bone in her body. I remember when she was like, I'm an embalmer, I immediately went, okay, wait a sec. Not everyone can decide what job they want to do, so I'm going to be open-minded here, you know, maybe she wants to do something else. And then when she was like, I've wanted to do it all my life, I was like, wow, okay, I didn't see that one coming, like maybe you are a tiny bit weird, in a good way. And she brought ketchup out of her purse, never seen that before. She supplied my date with so much interest. I was so interested by everything about her. She collected teeth. Who does that? But not in a bad way. Like, I like it. It's just weird and wonderful. I then had a date with, oh Lord, I've forgotten her name. It was at a trampoline place. It was amazing. I had such a good time. Doing the fish everywhere. I don't think you guys saw this, but I was bouncing around doing the salmon on the trampoline. It was real fun. I learned that silence is key. Just, you know, if there's going to be an awkward silence, let there be an awkward silence. Like that. Oh, how do you deal with Mike? Such a this, such a that. Do you know what? I'm going to go on the record here and say, I think he's a lovely, lovely guy. Imagine this. Imagine going onto this TV show, Love Island. It had like so many good ratings, so many viewers. And he's come on late, I believe. I didn't actually watch it because I was in IB for doing the summer series Made in Chelsea. But I believe he came in late. And the aim of the game, I think, is to pick a girl if you want to stay in the villa. And obviously if you come late, you're going to have to pick someone else's girl. I think that's what happens. Some dude calls him Muggy Mike. Imagine that. You come into a new scenario, there's like big beefy dudes everywhere, trying to, let's be honest, trying to alpha male the new guy like everyone does. They probably edited it out a little bit. And I can imagine he's picked this girl he thought probably he bonded with the best, or was just the best looking because he didn't have time to bond with them properly. And he's been called Muggy Mike. Now you know that's sticking. Everyone in the villa is calling you Muggy Mike. I would feel like an absolute dick, and it made me a little bit angry actually. And then when I left that TV show, everyone started calling me Muggy Mike, and not even Mike, just Muggy Mike, or Dick Sam, let's just say. Oh yeah, Dick Sam, you're right. I would become a dick. Because I'd be like, well, if you guys all think that of me, then I'm going to be who you think I am. Do you know what? It was a very poignant moment, actually, for me, personally. And I think my friendship with Mike, where halfway through the series, he turned around to me and he said, mate, I just want to say thank you. And I was like, what for? He was like, just for calling me Mike. And he said it was such seriousness in his eyes, and there was no laughing or anything like that. He was like, thanks, man, I appreciate you just calling me Mike by my normal name. And that, to me, was really nice. And I've actually felt a little bit, I mean, no one needs to feel sad for Mike, he looks like a Greek god. But I felt a little bit sorry for him at that point. And I was like, mate, obviously don't worry about it. But the fact that you have to, say thank you to someone for calling you just Mike is a joke. I don't think that's how people should be treated. I don't think the two guys in the villa, Love Island Villa, who nicknamed him that, I don't think that's very nice, personally. Back onto the dates, I then met Amelia with an E. Lovely, lovely girl, and she took me completely out of my comfort zone. She was so sweet, but also with a hint of sass. And I think they have to break that wall down a little bit to get through to the sweetness. And she challenged me, and I really, really like that. She wasn't like anyone that I'd normally go for. The dancer came in very late, and something about her struck me. I gotta say, she was incredibly beautiful. She had a very soft voice and kindness in her eyes. Who do I take to Cape Verde? I have these two amazing girls. I've known Amelia for longer, I've been on more dates, but who knows, you know, we're on a dating experience. What happens if Tammy is actually my wife-to-be and I let it go? So, I invited both of them. Now here's where I made the mistake. I didn't tell them. Now what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to tell Amelia or Tamira before they were out there, because I didn't want one of them to sack me off and be like, well, I don't want to come then. I should have given them the opportunity because it is their right, but being selfish and never really having two great looking girls with nice personalities after you at the same time, I decided against it. And honesty is the best policy, I've realised now. In between this little problem of mine, I also may have let rip in the office, and that wasn't one of my finest moments. I was incredibly embarrassed. Nadia just couldn't stop laughing. Eden didn't even know what had happened. So I was looking at Nadia being like, Nadia, just keep stop. He hasn't heard. And Eden's like, he's almost like my dad. Like, I didn't want him to know. And then she told him, and then I was more embarrassed. It wasn't a good time. Nearly as bad as the time that I went for a pulling experience with Kezia Noble. I was immediately attracted to her. She had this way, this energy. She'd touch you on the leg and you'd literally go zzz. I'm gonna say it for YouTube. I had a semi. Not even joking. Had a semi. She was so sexual. Gosh. And then I felt like I nearly kissed Jade. I would go on a date with Jade, actually. So Jade, if you're watching, hey, hit me up. Oh God. I kissed Amelia and I thought that was that. And then Tamira walks down and she doesn't stand me up. She looks beautiful as ever. And I started by apologising, then expecting that to be that. And she accepted my apology. And then just wanted to go on the date. So I thought, okay, well, we might as well just go on. We might as well have this date. She is a great girl. She accepted my apology, so let's see where this goes. It ended up with a kiss. Inside. Come on! Yes! Yes! Oosh, 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 oosh. On the outside, what am I gonna do? Now, I've literally just kissed two of the girls again. I still don't know who I'm gonna pick, because they're both so wonderful, and now I've got to let one of them down tomorrow. If you watch the show, you'll know the rest is history. I told Tamira that I didn't want to take her to the last party, purely just because I think Amelia made such a big impression on me over those 2 days in Cape Verde, and it was a really, really hard conversation, and she took it like a real lady, like an adult, and she made me feel quite bad, actually. She killed me with kindness, actually, and she was like, just don't do this to anyone else. The dishonesty thing, and I really did understand, and I learned from it. She handled herself with class, and she was a strong woman, and I really like that about her, so I definitely admire her for that. But I went to the final event with Amelia, and obviously got my kiss again. So I kissed her a few times now, and I was very happy with it, and it was a magical ending. I'd like to say a shout out to Tom Reed Wilson, Mr. Receptionist, the absolute legend that is. I love him to bits. I feel like I've made a friend for life with him, and he's like unlike anyone I've ever met before, and I probably will ever meet, and what a diamond of a person. I love him, and that is a bromance that will never ever die. It's that and Mike as well. Mikey boy, I love you to bits. Guys, that's been my rundown of Celebs Go Dating. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to be on YouTube a lot more. 1 vlog a week and 1 sat down looking at the camera video. So that's 2 videos a week. Every single Wednesday and Sunday. Wednesday for the vlog, Sunday for the sat down video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been my YouTube video. I can't wait for you to see more. Come on!